Right. Now I'm going to tell you how to test hypotheses using correlation. And we're going to, as an example, we're going to test the hypothesis that sexual objectification, where higher scores mean more tendency to objectify your significant other or a sexual interest or so forth, the relationship of that with moral purity concerns, right? We would expect them, well, I don't know what we expect. So we're going to do two-tailed hypothesis, just we're going to hypothesize that moral purity concerns will be related to sexual objectification, right? So to test that, we're going to use an alpha level of 0.05. All right, so we're going to do analyze, correlate, bivariate. We're going to go down and select our sexual objectification scale and our moral purity concern scale, which is from Height's Moral Foundations questionnaire. Okay, by default, SPSS has Pearson's correlation coefficient, which is what we want for two interval variables. By default, it has a two-tailed test, so we're going to leave that as default. We're going to select show only the lower triangle, just because we don't need to see everything repeated, right? And then we're going to select OK. Let me change the window so you can actually see the output. Okay, so we're just looking at this bottom table right here, which says correlations. And we can see sexual objectification, right? There were 394 people that completed that scale. There were only 150 that completed the purity scale. So it'll default to just using the pairs, right? Oh wait, there are 204 that completed moral purity and 150 that completed both. So in this sample where we're testing, it's only 150 people. And next, we're going to look at our actual Pearson correlation. And let me actually get a pencil to look at this. So we show that 394 people completed the sexual objectification scale. 204 people completed the moral purity concern scale. But only 150 of them did both, and so those are the ones that are in this analysis, right? We can see that the actual Pearson's R correlation is negative 0.192, right? So it's a negative correlation. So we'd write that R and in parentheses, the degrees of freedom, which is the sample size minus 2. So 148, right? Okay, the sample that actually completed equals negative 0.19, all right? We do not put a 0 in front because of the decimal point because it cannot be greater than 1. And we're going to report to 2 decimal places, which is default for everything but p-values, comma, p, and we look at our p-value, and it's right there, equals 0.019, which is statistically significant for our preset alpha level 0.05. All right, so we can conclude that people who have high scores on moral purity concerns, who place high value on moral purity, like chastity, are less inclined to sexually objectify their significant other, their wife or husband or whatever, right? All right, so in plain English, that will be something along the lines of people who have more moral purity concerns or more concerned or score higher in the moral domain of purity are less likely to sexually objectify their significant other, right?